Hey, what's up? What's up? So it is time for a recap. And this recap is for Thursday. And let's go ahead and get into price action. Today was a great day. Actually, anytime the market wants to move, whether it's down or up, those are the great times to trade because you're getting energy in the space. Energy gives the ability for price action to move. And if it's moving, then yeah, you can make some money. So let's go ahead and jump over into the charts here and take a look what's going on. Here we're on the 5 minute, but let's jump out to that 15 and take a look at the charts. You can see if you're trading with Kabroda.com, which I know it'll give you quite a bit of edge, if you will, when it comes to trading the charts. So you can see here on our chart that we're looking at on the screen that we have the trade that we put on today. These are the actual levels. This is target 1 you could have taken it off of, target 2 and target 3. You can see that this line that I had marked right here actually leveled out to 2. So if you're like, okay, which one should I take? At the beginning of the day, this is all figured out right here on this 30-minute candle here in the beginning of the day, the session. And you can see this dotted line that comes through on both sides. That is the secret sauce that's in the line in the sand of when we start out the day. This trade right here is already figured out based on our system. So it doesn't tell you when to get into the trade, but it is telling you like the highest probability of something that's going to happen. And again, we've talked about this, but here's your triggers, the purple line, the green line. Those are your triggers that it needs to get through. Then you also have the blue line here and the red line. Those are your daily support and daily resistance. And it's pretty basic. You know, it's not real hard. You can just go to our basic settings on our site and it's here for you. So when you see this layout, you have the daily support above the daily breakdown or the trigger breakdown. So really, once it breaks out, it doesn't have anywhere to hold up on it. It just has, it can just go. So you could have easily had taken this trade, and I took it on down and said, hey, well, 60,000 is a target. That's kind of where it wants to go right now, and I'll show you why here in a minute. So pay attention to that. I'll show you kind of where the market wants to go, and some news that a lot of people don't want to hear, but I will tell you here because I don't want to hide anything. You know, it's a reality. That's something we all need to accept and be smart with what we can, what we need to be doing. So if this is the trade that you actually took today, great, and it would have been nice, easy to run. How did I get this target down here, this white line? This line right here, it is sitting right here. This is the area which is touching the purple line, and then I drew that white line to it. But where did I get that? I connected the dots between the triggers, the green line and the purple line. That's pretty easy, right? And then I just put the line down below off the purple line, and then there you go. It went right to target 2. So if that's how you want to trade, man, that's all you had to do. That was the quick, easy. Your stop would have been back above the 30-minute high for the day, and you could have just got into this trade on the 15-minute on BTC. This is the 8:30 to 8:45 candle. It did try to run up and break above this area. We did get the run down. What I did is I actually went into the 5-minute and had my limit order made for the trade. And there's energy in the charts based on math equations. If you want to look, I mean, I guess probably the easiest way to explain this is in the last 24 hours, there's a reason why these lines are set up that way. And then when you start seeing certain things line up, it's going to cause the price action to want to expand. Bollinger Bands work this way, right? They get really tight and the Bollinger Bands expand back out. It causes movement in the chart. A lot of people try to trade that and they get hurt a lot of times because you need a couple other variables that are put into place. But the way our system is designed and the way we use it is when you see setups, you can get the strong movements. Now, the quick and easy trade would have been, to target 1, right? Or target 2, I mean, right through here. You could have just taken it off. So that move started right here at 9 o'clock, and you would have been out on this, probably this candle actually. So at 9:20, 20 minutes, you would have been out of the trade, and you would have made a 2.9 to 1. So, what's that really mean? Going back to the way I've explained it multiple times, is $100 would have made you $292. Not a bad run. Now, if you were understanding a little bit more about what we do and why we do it, you could have went to target 2. That's basically, let's just say 5 to 1. That's, again, if you put $100 on, that would have been $500 in your pocket for that example. Now, if you were really managing the trade and understanding it, this is kind of where that strong target was here. Really, it's just a breakdown of what's already here down to here. That would have been the fair trade. That's pretty much a 7.79. So let's just say 7.8. Again, if you were going to trade that with $100, and you would have made $700 or $780 is what you would have made on a $100 investment today. So not a bad day for somebody in the ability to do it. Now the market, if you wanted to sit in it, I don't know why you would, because you're trading the 15-minute, but it is calling for this lower area. So that's why you kind of had it. You already saw it when I was on here earlier. It's a 12.7 to 1. So again, $100. If you decided to trade that, it would have been $1,270. Is would have been for the $100 investment. And this is where traders have a hard time. And I just walked through the different targets. All these are great trades. Like, there's nothing wrong with any of these trades. Obviously, you can see the guy that was more patient and held it, he had to grind through a lot. So going back into the time frames, you're looking at 9 o'clock. Well, when this person hit their area to get out, you're really talking about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a pretty good time to sit in a trade and wait. But of course, you start to stress right here when it started to come up, right? And then it broke down. And it did call the strong target right here. Then like I said, though, if you were into this and really trading and consistent in this and backtesting it and learning it, you would have known that today definitely was a target 3-day or possibly extension down into the lower area. Definitely an area that we could have seen, but that is the basics of the trade. It's that easy. You might be wondering why these lines are here. Again, this is just Fibonacci. I marked it between the exact same lines that I got the other line for that I was showing you when we marked this out earlier, when I drew this line in here for you. Oh, not sure why that's getting all weird, but there you go, the target, right? That's what we're looking for this to go down to. Now, if you drew these same lines, this is your extensions, target 1, target 2, there's target 3. It basically extended all the way out to pretty much target 4 right here, and now it's starting to run back up. I know, to be honest, to let you know, when I took this trade, I took it out right around in this area, right in this target zone. So that was what I took today, knowing the system that we have ran. This is all I did, though, and I got in, put my stop up here really easy, and then I had my target 1, 2, obviously 3. For me, I was looking for it to run a little further, and then I went ahead and took it out at this main target when it started to bottom out. That's basically all I did. And now we're starting to grind. We'll just watch for it again tomorrow. The market is getting exhausted. It's getting pulled down. You can see it right here in this bigger indicator. So the daily is definitely bearish. The weekly is bearish. The 4-hour right now is fully pretty much extended all the way down into your RSI indicator. Same with your hour. They're both really exhausted. The 15 were not as big. It's chopped, but you are seeing the weakness. We could start looking for a bounce. And really what it's looking at is, here's your RSI. So when you're looking at these numbers, you're wondering, well, what does that really mean? Here's your RSI right down here. Here is the bottom, and you can see over here on the side, when I run my mouse over it, it's 30 is where it sits. Can't quite line it up perfectly, but if we zoomed in, it's just a 30. And then up here, you're looking at 70 is the top of our RSI. So when you're seeing this, you know that the 4 hours extended. Well, let's go out and confirm. Oh yeah, look, it's already extended, right? So this isn't going to say it's at your stretched the rubber band, as it fell. It started up here and you grab the rubber band, you start to pull on it. That's kind of what's happening, is the rubber band's been pulled, and it's stretching out, and that's why you're seeing this area right here is causing extreme stress, and it wants to snap back in. So that's where you'll see the charts to come back up. Now, when it starts to pull back, what we want to see is either it's going to pull back and just be the drop, right? Pull back, drop again. Or is it going to be a drop and then rebuild? It has to clear certain levels for it to be like, no, it's not necessarily going to just drop again. And that's kind of what we're watching for. So if we jump out into this other chart, I'll show you why I'm saying, well, maybe some stuff's coming up. And you can see right here the indicator that I have built within Kabroda is called Crypto Winner, or it's not called that actually. It's marking the crypto winner. And you might be going, what is going on? Why would you call us into a crypto winner? And the reason why is because you want to go from the last crypto winner. So you can kind of see it in here where we were topping out right here. Everybody's excited. Then we broke it. We hadn't really got down further enough. But right through here, it started to break down. And then we were in kind of a neutral area. So you could say it's definitely the crypto winner, but you're waiting for it to come back out. So this is kind of like we already were in the major winner, the hard drops, right? The drop, and then the hard drop, and then it started to find kind of a bottom. You still had drops. These are all moves that you can make money in during the day. So there's always a trade that you can find, typically at least a couple during the week, that are nice and solid. And you kind of see right here, this would have been a nice grind up trade. So you would have been bullish for a little bit, even though you're in an overall, the macro move is bearish. So you would have been, yeah, definitely trading bearish, but it would have gave you some trades in here. And you kind of almost see, if I kind of move this over a little bit, you can see this trading down here. Well, that same behavior as you're seeing here, right? So the grind down, this just happened a lot faster than this did. But regardless, you're at the very bottom. So what we did is mark this point to this point, and this is the halfway. Well, when you're looking at the macro, when's the macro dies, when the price action actually crosses through its halfway point is typically what you'll see it die. And what we're looking for now is accumulation areas. So right here, it's called the golden pocket. This is kind of a good pullback. And then this is deep value area where it's like super cheap, right? Where you can say, hey, man, get this at a steal at this point before it rotates back up. But when it starts getting down in these areas, a lot of times, if you're in a true crypto winner, it's going to sit down there and people get tired. They're sleepy. You can see right here, we were down at 17,000. We grounded up to 25,000. Then we started to grind back down. And I guess let's look at the dates on this. This kind of did the hard drop down in this lower area around June 17th of 2022. Grounded kind of back up in August. 22, then it started to grind back down and then ground really hard back down, which everybody's like, this is over with. This is November. So you really, in June to November was the bottom. So then you saw the trade sideways for a little while, pretty boring, till pretty much the start of January. And then the January 23rd, we started getting a lot of energy in the charts, a lot of movement. And you can see where we ran up to, obviously. So really, this is what I'm starting to watch for, that we could be getting down into here. These are the areas that I'm looking for to get into. This would be the really cheap area. So we could just come down in this area and then trade out, right? It could just wick through here. Those are just areas that we're watching, just kind of give you an idea. And right now it's sitting just below 60,000 is kind of the energy area. And we have come down towards it. So unless we quickly reclaim this 50% area, when you cross underneath, this macro uptrend just got killed. It's over with. Now you're actually looking for the macro bull bear, sorry, looking at macro bear right now till it starts to rebuild. Then it has to start getting back up, and what it'll do the opposite. So if I wanted to mark it out, I would grab my tool and mark it on here. And then let me get the settings, which you've seen me mess with this kind of stuff before. But let me go ahead and set up my key levels here, just so you can get an idea, right? So I went ahead and marked the top, and if this was the very bottom right now, I just mark the very bottom. If that was it, it's not in yet, I wouldn't say that, but if it was in, this is the area that we want to see it recover back up to. This is kind of the balance to where we can say, okay, we're going to start going back up, which right now is sitting right back at that 94,000. It's been there. This is the hard area in the line in the sand that we had to fight for originally. But you can see we have another area right here that we need to grind back through, which is currently sitting right around that 77,000 kind of range that we kind of need to see this get back up in here. And then we need to grind up here and start heading out. So we do have a rebuild area. This could, to be honest, this could though be like down in here for a little bit, right? And start to grind back up. Then you'll start to see some strength, just like we saw back down in here. So I'm just showing you that just for FYI. This is what we use for, we call this as our investment chart. And what we're looking for is what we just talked about. So if I was going to be buying BTC, would I buy BTC right now? No, there's no reason to buy it right now. Why would I buy it right now when I know, hey, you're definitely telling us we're going to probably come down at least in this area. But we could already come all the way back down here. If I'm going to start to accumulate, I'm going to start to accumulate back down in the lower levels. I want to get the most bang for my buck, if you look at it that way. The same thing that right down here, it gave you a good value buy here, a good value buy right in here. These are all areas that gave you buys in order to get in the market. So if you just bought these, if you, I don't know, 10,000 on each one of these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 50,000 that you would have put in the market. And the market at the time would have been 26,000, right? And this is just longer term, you buy and hold is really what you want to be doing. But if you went and ran this all the way up, you're at 394% gain on your trade from that bottom area that you would have came out of. If you were willing to accumulate at this area, say 10,000 apiece, your 50,000 would have been 394% increase on that trade up to the very top of the market on this run. Now, granted, the last buy you would have done was on I can't see it. Your last buy would have been October 2023, and you would have sold October 2 years. You would have taken 50,000 and in 2 years made 394%. Granted, the whole idea is this is saying it's basically in a trap because this is your halfway point of this area. You needed to clear it. If you're in it, this is just simple markings. So that's why it's telling you don't accumulate in these areas, but you could have accumulated more here if you wanted. You also could have been harvest is what we called it. So there was harvesting that you could have taken during this time, which would have been instead of taking out your investment, you could have taken some of the profit off through here. And there was opportunity in here to accumulate more again. And of course you could have ran back up, harvest some more, accumulate a little more. You can see that it's giving you the best buys down here and okay buys up here because you're buying the top now. So it's trying to tell you to harvest. You see the biggest harvest right up in here. It's calling the higher areas and said, hey, if you want to cash in, here it is. And here now we're running down. It's not telling you to buy. And now it's definitely not going to tell you buy until we start showing the bottom again. And then you can start getting back in. So anyway, that's just showing you more. Reason why I'm showing you this so you can see the key levels. Go ahead. You could pause the video, go back and look at these levels. We do see this could go down to, that 40,000. Definitely could get down into that lower 60 or drop into 60,000, maybe the 58,000, kind of in that area right through here. This could easily be the golden pocket retracement that we're looking for. But this is not going to just happen tomorrow and over the next couple of weeks, possibly even months, that we'll see this kind of trade out. But when you're wondering what's going on in the market, now you know. You don't need to be in I don't know what's going on phase. You get to be in control. If you're in control, you can make awesome trades when you're down in these lower time frames and looking at this going, well, why did you short it? Why did you hold on to it? Why'd I go to target 1? Why'd I go to target 3? All those questions as a trader that you need to be asking. That's why those higher time frames are telling us. We know that we have dropped below where now the bears have control of the market, not the bulls, the bears. And there's a lot of different indicators out there. And I know a lot of people talk out there, and you hear it on the crypto space, X space. You're hearing stuff. You hear stuff on Instagram. There's always somebody out there like me talking about whatever. But hopefully they're backing it and not just telling you, just like we're backing it right now. I just showed it to you, and we do have indicators that are on Kabroda.com. We have stuff we have on there. We haven't really given everything away to everybody because we're not going to be honest. We gave a lot of people the stuff they need. Now people start asking questions and stuff. We're more than willing to work together with people and help people out. But a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you right now, how to get these levels, that's all definitely on there. How to trade these levels, you can put them on your chart. The indicators to be able to build all this is all there for you to take advantage of. So somebody today could have taken advantage of this price action, and they could have made this very easily. Very simple process, pretty basic, right? It breaks down, you get in. Then it had targets for you already built. And if you didn't understand, if you say you didn't have this ability, you're like, I don't know where the targets are. Well, then draw a line between these two areas. It doesn't matter. You could draw it straight like that. Bring it right down here and say, this is where you're coming to. And there you go. I mean, could have easily just done that for yourself. But that is about it. It was a fun day. We'll kind of see how Friday goes, and we'll go into the weekend and then continue to watch where we're at. These are definitely fun times. This is what makes it exciting when you have movement, like I said. So hope you guys have a good Friday, and we'll see you for that recap, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Talk to you later. See ya.